Tuesday, I'm going to be making grain-free crackers. And these crackers are really good if you don't really eat grains regularly, or if you just want a break from eating grains and want some crackers. These are perfect for that. These can also be made vegan if you substitute the butter that I'm going to be using for something like Earth Balance. And you can make them that way as well. What you're going to need for this recipe is a half a cup of almond meal or almond flour. You can make this yourself or buy it. If you want to make it yourself, all you have to do is put about a half a cup of almonds into a blender and just ground it up until it's like flour. It's really easy. You're going to need a half a cup of nuts. I'm using 1/4 of a cup of Brazil nuts and 1/4 of a cup of walnuts. You can also use macadamia nuts or cashews would even be really good in this recipe. 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds or sunflower kernels. You want these roasted because it gives it a nice, better flavor. You can roast them yourself or buy them roasted. I roasted these myself, and if you want to do that, all you do is preheat your oven to about 350 to 375, somewhere around there, and add some salt. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes, really easy to do. You're also going to need 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. This is flaxseed that I'm going to ground up to flax meal, so if you have flax meal, that will work as well, because that's what we're going to use it for. For my spices, I have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of rosemary, 1/4 of a teaspoon of parsley, and I also have about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne. If you like some spice, you can add that in as well. I'm also going to be using some extra virgin olive oil and some grapeseed oil. You can also substitute some of your favorite healthy oils if you don't like these two. The first thing you're going to be doing is grinding up your nuts with your coconut flour and your almond meal. You're going to be putting this in a food processor until it's just well blended, really nice and smooth. So just add those in. You can grind up your nuts first or add them all together. It really doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it gets done. Alright, put that in. Just pulse that. Alright, now once you have that, put it into your bowl. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to grind up our flaxseed so we can make flax meal. Just put it in a coffee grinder or something to grind up your flaxseed. Bowl. Alright, next you can either grind up your sunflower seeds or sunflower kernels into a food processor, or you can use your coffee grinder. It really doesn't matter how you do it. I'm just going to throw these in the food processor and grind them up. Into the food processor with those, and your butter should be softened, not melted, just softened. Alright, and just grind that up so it becomes kind of pasty. Once it becomes kind of pasty, you can go ahead and add your olive oil. How much is really up to you, just kind of eyeball it. And you can also add your seasonings at this time as well. Smells good. then pour it into your bowl with the rest of your ingredients. Just like that. If you want to add your spices directly into your bowl, you can do that as well. Or after you bake them, you can also add them after they're done. Alright. Just stir that mixture up until it looks like pretty thick, like a doughy type. You know, you don't want it to be too runny. If it looks like crumbly or if it looks like you need more olive oil, you can add that as well at this time. Alright, now that we're ready to put them in the oven, what you're going to do is just take a tiny handful of the mixture and just lay it out, just like that. And you should be able to mold it just how you want. You should be careful with these because they do fall apart pretty easily at this point before they're, baked. Just be gentle with them. And if you want to, you can put, like I did, a piece of parchment paper over your pan so that you don't have to worry about them sticking. They probably won't anyway. They're pretty good about staying on that because of the butter and the oil. They kind of, soften themselves up. But just in case, you can put some parchment paper like I did. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, I can't remember, but you should put your oven on about 400 to maybe 375 degrees. If you want to make a variation of this recipe, you can leave out the savory spices that I put and substitute oil for honey. And you can also add some cinnamon as well and make like a sweet type of cookie cracker, like a graham cracker type of thing. That would be really good as well. You can also, if you don't like honey, you can also use gravy maple syrup for that. Or, something similar. You can even sweeten it with xylitol or stevia if you want to do that. Alright, so now that I have this, I'm just going to pop it in the oven. Just like that. And it should be in there. I'm going to set a timer for about 20 minutes. And once it's in there for about 20 minutes, you can check it and flip it if you need to. But they should be pretty much done by then.